The janitor suddenly took down the women's restroom sign and replaced it with a men's restroom icon. The unsuspecting man opened the door and was about to walk inside when he froze. His wife was having an intimate conversation with his best friend. The man remained calm. He didn't rush in and scold the two of them, but kindly closed the door for them. The janitor, who had been observing the man the whole time, restored the sign to its original state. She asked the man if he knew the truth. After receiving his affirmative reply, the janitor enthusiastically provided the man with a weapon so he could start the fight. The man thoughtfully took the weapon, but did not intend to start a war. He had a better plan. The man's plan required the janitor's help. The janitor deeply despised people who were unfaithful to their families and agreed without hesitation. When the two adulterers sat back down at the table, the man asked his friend to help him get a sandwich. Unexpectedly, at that moment, an accident occurred. He suddenly looked in pain and couldn't breathe. After struggling a few times, he fell to the ground and didn't move. His wife was about to check on him, but the cleaner pretended to be a doctor and pushed her away. Everything was part of the man's plan. After checking, the cleaner regretfully announced that the man had died. Now it was time to contact a lawyer. The wife cried bitterly on the shoulder of the man's friend. However, as soon as she turned around, she couldn't help but feel joy. Soon, the lawyer arrived. To the wife's surprise, the man had left no inheritance and was in debt to the tune of several $1,000,000. Now that the man was dead, as his wife, she would be responsible for repaying the debt. After hearing this, the wife was furious. She refused to repay the man's debt. The lawyer coldly told the man's wife that if she did so, she would spend the rest of her life in prison. The wife was desperate and didn't know what to do. She pinned her hopes on her lover. Now that the man was dead, they could be together. The lover was unwilling to suddenly take on a debt and immediately wanted to distance himself from the wife, claiming he was just the man's good friend. The wife was very dissatisfied with his behavior. She exposed their extramarital affair in its entirety. Before the lover could react, the lawyer, who had been watching the commotion, began to fan the flames. Since the wife had been having an affair with the lover before her husband's death, the man's death might not have been an accident. Now the police needed to handle these matters. The man's wife immediately realized that the sandwich had been given to the man by the lover, so he was the murderer. The lover immediately argued with the wife. The two who had been hugging each other moments ago now regarded each other as enemies. Just then, the man walked out. The two looked at him as if they had seen a ghost. The man revealed everything. All of this was part of their plan to make the two of them confess on their own, thus forcing the woman to leave with nothing. In the end, the wife who betrayed her family lost both her husband and her fortune.